Hello everybody, this is Reviews and More, back with another quick review on pens. As always, if you find these reviews helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button, as this really helps out the channel. This is the Emott brand pen marker from Uni-ball, a Mitsubishi Pencil Company. So Uni-ball is owned by Mitsubishi, and this is their fineliner, Everfine's their brand they're using. 0.4 millimeter marker pens, is that how they're being marketed? And that marketing is very accurate. At first, I thought these would be like a fineliner style marker, which usually feels like a marker when you're using it, but these genuinely feel like you're writing with a pen. The closest I can think of as far as the way it feels is maybe like the Flairs, that brand of fineliner and marker, but it feels closer to a pen. It has just the right amount of resistance. It's not as smooth as like a ballpoint pen with oil-based ink. This is water-based. And it just feels very, very pleasant to write with. If you're an ASMR kind of person who enjoys that feeling, you'll kind of get that because that just right amount of scratchiness and resistance on the paper, you can kind of feel it. As you can see here, they are not round, they're square, so they don't roll away on you. And I'll go ahead and tell you the price is about $2.30 per pen if you buy them individually from Uni-ball, and if you break, I think, 25 or 50 bucks, you get free shipping. But this pack was about 28 bucks for 10s. That's about $2.80 a marker, but it comes with that fancy little stand there, which I think is where they kind of get that extra 50 cents in total. And that is meant to be used as a stand, so don't throw away the packaging comes in. And it's a very sleek, very elegant kind of packaging. It looks very, very nice, and there you see it kind of roll away and stop once it gets to a certain point. And you'll see me zoom in very, very closely in just a minute so you can see the actual marker point, which is not saturated the way you would think a normal marker point would be. It's just barely the tip there, and it really does operate more like a pen, or at least feels more like a pen, although it operates the way a marker does. The tip is very, very stiff, which means you're not going to have to worry about any smudging or reducing of quality over time. And here you see me doing some basic writing with the black pen in this pack. This is also my wife's favorite new set of pens. She loves them. She uses them as pens every day. The only constraint I don't really know about is if you're in a line of work where you might have to do like transfer paper, or basically where you write on it and it kind of goes to the next side. If you're in a job where you got to sign checkbooks a lot, so you got to have the carbonized paper be able to push through, it might not work that well, so you might have to switch to a ballpoint for that. But for just general writing, note-taking, journaling, keeping things written down just in your own personal life, these are absolutely wonderful, and they just come out very, very smooth. The only thing I can't comment on is how long they last. I might do a quick update short on that later on down the line once I've used up one of them, just to give an idea of how long they do tend to last. Now, because these are technically markers, the longer you sit in place with the marker, you will get some bleeding effect going on, or just some kind of smudging. But as long as the marker is moving, or the pen is moving, it works just fine. You don't see a whole lot unless you're really tight up on it with this macro lens the way you see me doing here, like super zoomed in. And that was just a quick test of letting it sit for a second to see how much bleeding happens. But it comes on really, really nicely. You can see right there each little letter E or L, however you want to do that, kind of has a little eye hole in there. So it does some very good fine lining work if you're into that kind of stuff with artistic endeavors. Zigzags, you see no real pooling of any kind that I can really point out. Some of the colored options that I'll show you in just a minute, you can see a little bit of pooling where you see my pen stop on the zigzags, but that's kind of to be expected in this context. Alright, the rest of the video is just running through the various colors so you can see how vibrant they are. We're going to get through brown real fast once I get the color adjusted to make sure you can see what it looks like in real life as opposed to what my camera decided to show you. There we go. Got the light back on. Run through, there we got brown, we got a lighter brown, and it just runs the gamut. There's different versions of this available. This was a 10-pack of more or less the primary colors. They also have some of the odd colors like turquoise in different packs, and they also have a 40-pack that includes a bunch of different stuff. And that's probably the best deal if you're someone who loves this type of pen work. Buy that one because it ends up being less than $2 a pen, and that's probably the best deal you're going to have. But other than that, this is just a sample of what the actual colors look like up close with a macro lens. If you like the video, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Comment if you have any questions. And that's it for me, guys. So the rest of the video is just this running through all the colors. Have a great day.